I am Lamont at Large. Today I am at the Forest Lawn Cemetery here in Burbank, California. I am here to visit the grave of rap legend Nipsey Hussle. Before March 31st of 2019, if I had asked you if you have ever heard of Nipsey Hussle, 99.5 out of 100 people would probably say no. Nipsey Hussle was a very, very famous underground rapper. Didn't have the commercial success that other rap superstars in the hip-hop world obtain through signing huge record deals, having large record companies pushing you. He didn't have that. He wasn't signed to a major label. He did everything himself, selling his music. I remember just after he died, I was at a gym out here in Los Angeles, and a guy was talking about him being murdered, and he told me that guy used to sell socks on the street corner, the same corner where he died. He'd sell tapes, CDs, DVDs, socks, whatever he could sell. That's where the name Nipsey Hussle came. It was a kind of a play off the old singer, dancer, actor Nipsey Russell. And on that date of March 31st, 2019, which is a day that'll live in infamy if you are a rap fan, especially if you live in Los Angeles, because he was born and raised right in the Crenshaw area of Los Angeles. That's where he was brutally murdered. And I never heard of his music or heard his music until, unfortunately, he was murdered. He was a pretty good rapper. And unfortunately, his life was taken by a cowardly individual who I'm not even going to name in this video, because as far as I'm concerned, he's a punk-ass coward. And let me say this, I'm not making this video as a Nipsey Hussle fan. I don't really listen to a whole lot of rap music. I haven't listened to rap music since I was a kid, to tell you the truth. I'm making this video just to show this man's grave, to show his fans where he's resting in peace currently, but also have some opinions about him and what happened to him. So it was widely known during Nipsey Hussle's rap career and life that he was a part of and affiliated with a large Crip gang out here called the Rolling 60s Crips. It's a very large gang, large Crip gang. And he would often brag about it in his music. Now, a lot of people would agree with me when I say this. If you come from the streets, if you come from the ghetto, if you come from the hood, you are born with a disadvantage, not racially, but definitely financially and somewhat socially. But the problem with being born in that kind of environment and obtaining a level of success that very, very few of us born in any economic, social situation will achieve. And that is when you become a self-made man, a self-made millionaire, that's when it's time to get out of the hood. Now, Nipsey Hussle was trying to do the right thing. He had opened up a business in his community. He had people working for him. And he was trying to do good. But here's the problem that I see, is that when you're doing good, you're going to have a lot of people not doing good looking at you with a lot of jealousy, envy, and hate in their heart. In my personal opinion, you can't have 1 foot in the hood and 1 foot in Beverly Hills. You can't be gangbanging and at the same time try to be working with the LAPD to prevent youth from joining gangs. It's kind of like what you would call double talk. Now, his death and his murder was not deserved at all. As a matter of fact, that was one of the more disgusting videos I've ever seen in my life. For that man to get cut down like that was despicable and cruel and reprehensible, in my personal opinion. But things like that are what happens when you try to be quote unquote real. And sometimes being real doesn't work. Sometimes being real will get you killed, and then unfortunately cost Nipsey Hussle his life. So we're going to take a walk up these stairs. I'm going to go show you his grave really quickly. And ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We are at the grave of rap legend Nipsey Hussle. Now, I don't use that word legend very often when I talk about people in music or hip hop for that matter, but I'm going to give the title to Nip right here. To become a millionaire off of your own music without a major record label pushing you is amazing, and it just goes to show that he was a very talented person. He tried to do good in his neighborhood, and unfortunately that same neighborhood that he tried to help ended up taking his life. He was shot 10 times. One of the bullets severed his spine, so even if he had lived, he'd have been in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. And the coward that did this to him had the nerve, after shooting him multiple times, to come back after you shot him and he's down on the ground, to come back and just do a fatal kill shot right to his head. A very disgusting video, to say the least, and it's just sad that the last moments of his life were of him getting cut down just like a dog. And if you notice right here, there's some flowers and a candle. He doesn't have a headstone quite yet. It's probably going to take quite some time to design the headstone, so they're probably just going through different artists, doing composites and examples of what headstones they probably want. But yeah, this is Eremias Ascadam, also known as Nipsey Hussle. This is where he rests in eternal peace. And you know, you try to do good in your neighborhood, but at the same time you're kind of mixed up in the politics. You know, I tell anybody, I don't care if you're white, black, Chinese, Mexican, any race, if you grow up in kind of impoverished circumstances, when you become a success, it's time to get out. And you want to call it being fake or being whatever. It's called being smart and intelligent, and just getting out of that environment. Because that same environment that Nipsey Hussle you know, came from is what also took his life. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle, and be safe out there, guys. Peace out.